Hey YouTube! Welcome to my channel, welcome back to my channel. Do apologise, you seem really far away. I've had to put the camera back a bit for tonight's video. Also apologies, I haven't done any uploads this week. I know I technically did, sorry, dancing away. I did a video on Thursday, but that was filmed on Sunday. Just turn that down, man. This is the serious part. Yeah, been a bit of a mess this week, struggling with work, but mainly my grandmother, God bless her, she's 90, and she had a fall last Wednesday. Sorry, I'm starting the video off so bad. She had a fall last Wednesday, and it took the ambulance 48 hours to come and get her. She was in the ambulance for another 24 hours. This is before the strikes. So the NHS is definitely broken. And then, so to make matters worse, obviously it's Christmas Eve. So tomorrow is Christmas Day, because you didn't know, it's Christmas Eve, then Christmas Day. Then it's Boxing Day. Ah, right. Yeah, you can't even go visit her because I came home from work early yesterday. We finished early, and there's a COVID outbreak on the ward that she's in, so no visitors at all. So fuck's sake, I haven't seen my nan for ages. Looking forward to seeing her for Christmas. It's going to be my second Christmas. I thought it was my second Christmas ever not seeing her. The other time I didn't see her is when I was living in Carlisle. I was up on my own. That was the worst Christmas of my life. But the difference is between then and I have got my other family. My mother, my brother and his family. And the dogs, obviously. So I had a lovely day with the dogs. Yes, sorry. But I just in the mood to film a video. So what I think we're going to do, or what the plan is, and the reason you're so far away, I don't know if you can see me. Hey, I'm over here. Over here. Seem really small in the camera looking back, that's all. I haven't wrapped any of my Christmas presents. So I've got my Christmas presents here. So I'll wrap my presents, show off some of my amazing wrapping skills. Not my like M&M wrapping, my fucking Christmas present wrapping. I was a good boy today. I went to town. I even bought some fucking, what are these called? Like sticky labels you stick on. So I thought, right, not very good at this, right? So normally, years ago, I used to be drunk doing it all the time. So this isn't going to be a tutorial on how to wrap presents. Yeah, so I'll wrap them, then stick this on. I've even got a pen. I found a pen. I think it's yellow ink. How random's that? A yellow. Why have I got that? Don't know where that came from. I even bought sellotape today. I went all out, guys. I went all out. And I thought I'll tell some stories then of worst Christmases, right? So spoiler, believe it or not, I spent one Christmas in hospital, where I came out to hospital Christmas Day. I spent one Christmas in a jail cell, where I spent Christmas Eve, and I woke up in a police station with my best friend overnight. Maybe I'll talk about, it's not actually Christmas Eve, so they were the worst Christmases, as you can imagine, 2 separate Christmases. Another Christmas, I nearly burnt the house down. I might remember to tell that story. And if I remember as well, sorry my head's all over the place, I'm going to tell you a funny story. I should have written this down, shouldn't I? So I got a really funny story. If I forget, or if I've wrapped all these presents, I'm not... We'll see how we go, right? But I'll start, let's do some presents first. Let's do some wrapping. I did have some Christmas music on the go. I don't know how loud this is. You better not cry. Better fucking watch out. I'm fucking telling you why. Oh yeah. Getting in Christmas spirit. I haven't even put my Christmas tree up this year. It's in the room of doom. My mother, my third bedroom, my mother is using for storage. And I can't find my tree, so whoopsie doopsie. So I'm getting in the Christmas spirit. Right then, so let's have a look. First present is dog treat stockings, or treats. Is that for my mum or my sister-in-law? Oh no, it's my dog Rossi. Sorry. It's for my. I'm not gonna wrap them because it's for the dog. What else have we got? Oh, another one. Must be for my mum's dog. Was it for my? No, I've done that joke. No offence intended. Okay, this one's for my mum. Look at these bad boys. Oh yeah, baby, slippers. I have bought my mother. She wanted like a posh, like jacket, hiking jacket or something. So she's got that. I paid for that, and then she wanted to. I just got her some other bits and bobs. But she asked for slippers, so I thought these are the best slippers I've ever seen in my life. So we will wrap these bad boys, and we'll talk about... What did I say we're going to talk about first? Let's talk about the time I got arrested. It's not serious. I didn't make... It wasn't a big crime. Do you know what I mean? I'm not on any register or anything up there. You know what I mean? Not that I'm aware of. Right. Anyway, so... God, this was... 2006 or 2007 maybe, and it was the time in my life where I actually had a flat. I was living on my own. I'd moved out, you know, you move out, a lot of people move out with mates or they move out with their girlfriends or something like that, but this was a time, so I'd lived with girls before, but this was the first time I was living on my own, okay? And I was working for a company called Curry's. If those of you outside of the UK, how much do I need of that shit? Look at this. Arts and crafts time with Tony. Where's the microphone? Yeah, so I was working in Curry's and I was trying to work my way up, you know, the career ladder and all that shit, right? So Christmas in Curry's, as most retail, we're bonkersly busy. All we want is a fucking day off, right? I always say it. What do you want for Christmas? My family would ask. I say, a fucking day off, please. Thank you. That went quite well. It's good. Check out my scissors. Shout out scissors. You did a good job. Yeah, so basically I was working nights all week with my best friend at the time. He got him a job there as well. Got to look after your mates, innit? And then, yeah, we were really tired, so we were doing nights, so your body's in night shift mode, and we had this stupid idea, right, to go on the piss on Christmas Eve. So we got home from work, but I think I'd been drinking all day. I'd had like 2 hours sleep or something like that. I think I'm doing this right. Yeah. Oh, tape. Gotta get the tape ready. Sorry, this isn't going to be the most entertaining fucking video. Maybe it will be, Bambinos. I hope you all have a good Christmas anyway. Well, I'm talking about the shit Christmases I've had. Throw the sleeves up as well, is it? Sorry. Getting in the Christmas spirit. Oh, that is maximum volume. Yeah, so where were we with my amazing story? Yeah, so we went out, a couple of my mates, and it was hard for me to say no to a night out, right? Because my flat, because I was living on my own, my mates used to just turn up at my flat for pre-drinks. Sometimes when I was ill, I used to have knocks on the door. I'd be in my pyjamas at like 7 o'clock in the evening. I'd have knocks on the door and be the mates doing pre-drinks at Tony's. And I wasn't even going out. Sometimes I wasn't even invited. It was like, yeah, pre-drinks, and I used to just be sitting there with my fucking quilt on the sofa, and like everyone would be drinking, getting, you know, having a laugh and stuff, and then going. It was that's part of my childhood or growing up, you know. I tell you what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna be organised. I'm gonna take 2 bits of tape off. I think I saw my mother do this once. You put it on the end of the table like that. Yeah, so getting back to my amazing story. It's not that amazing actually. So as you can imagine, when you're really tired, and I mean really tired, I only had a couple of drinks, and I was more drunk than usual. And I can't really remember a lot about it, but I hadn't been living in this flat for that long. and I never remembered my address. I can't remember what street. It was on the high street, basically, in the little village I grew up next to. Do you think that looks alright? Or shall I sort these bits out? Yeah, if I give it to her like that, it looks like, look, ma'am. But then, how would you do the end bits? Oh, you got to fold them in, innit? I'll tidy them up a bit. Yeah, so, what happened then? We went out. And in my local pub, right, I knew the DJ used to work with us as well. He had a side gig working in the pub as DJ. And he was a good laugh, right? I remember whenever there was a fight, I used to love it, right? I know it was quite a rough pub, right? But whenever there was a fight, he used to work, right? He used to just play that song, Everyone's Kung Fu Fighting. So everyone's fighting, and he used to play Everyone's Kung Fu Fighting. And he used to just diffuse the fucking situation. I knew the barmaid. I didn't know the owners, though. They were hardly ever there, anyway. But I got thrown out. It was I'd have to be doing something naughty to be thrown out, right? But for some reason, there was a skipping rope, I remember. It's quite hazy what I can remember, right? There was a skipping rope in the pub for some reason. And I thought it was good. I was swinging this skipping rope, right? I could have had some eye out. Like thinking, hey, dancing like that. Like, absolutely pissed off my tits, right? And so I got thrown out. Then I remember going to get a kebab, as you do. If you're British, the law is you only eat kebabs when you're drunk. I don't think I've ever had one when I've been sober. It's like who the hell would want to eat one of those things sober? So yeah, there's loads of these in here. I thought it was literally I was paying for one of them. Look at all that. Who's this for now? Mum. To Mother Bear from Tony Fighter. I just put Tony, don't want to confuse her. Yeah, so we got thrown out. The next thing we did on our wild adventure, I'm well happy with that. Yeah, one down, baby. I'm happy with that. Look at that. Look at it. I think next time I need to fold. People fold them in and shit like that, don't I? Yeah, so I know it's taken ages to tell this fucking story, innit? It's not even that good. It's not a happy ending. I got arrested. So we had a kebab fight. Yeah, so I bought a kebab. And my mate bought, I can't remember what he had. Then we ended up having a food fight. And what happened then? I went to the cash machine and we were going to go on our way to another pub. But I was covered in kebab, right? Like as if I was rubbing the kebab on me. I lost the kebab fight, put it that way. And then we thought, we'll go to the other pub. They let everyone else in and that's right by my flat. So I thought, right, let's go to the cash machine, get some cash. And I remember this bit, thank God. So I was at the thing, I know when it says, how much do you want to take out? £10, £20, I think it's £50, £100, £250 or other amount. I was just about to press £20 and my mate came up and his hand just came up like that, really quick, pressed £250. So I had 250 quid cash on me, right? Then next present. Oof. Yeah, then we went. Yeah, so I had 250 quid on me, and then we got into some. I think my mate thought this car belonged to his mate or something. I didn't know whose it was, and he was walking on the car or something, right in front of a fucking riot van, and there was a bit of aggro going on, and basically he got arrested, thrown in the back of this police van. And I remember now, I was watching a lot of, it's back in, it must have been 2006, 2007. Who remembers the show Prison Break? So I was watching that all the time, and I thought, I'm going to break him out. No, drunk Tony, you know. And I was wearing black jeans or black trousers and a black shirt. So I thought I'm invisible because it's night time. Nobody can see me. So the policewoman, it was awkward because she knew me from the gym. She used to work out in the same gym as me. And she said, right, Tony, go home. And I was like, yeah. And I'd walk around the van, drunk. Then come back and try to break him out. I'm breaking the law. I'm trying to... A convict or whatever's in... My mate's in there. I have to break him out, isn't it? So they give me another warning. They said, right, that's your last warning. You're under arrest. What's your address? And honestly, my flat was literally behind where we were standing, but you had to get it, like, round the other side of the street. And I went, I don't know. She goes, right, if you don't give me your address, you're going in the van as well. And I went, it's there. And she thought I was joking. So next thing I know, I'm in the back of this police van as well. And I can't really remember. It didn't really sink in at the time. Again, it was Christmas Eve, do you know what I mean? Oh, by the way, this is for my brother. Might not look like much. These are all chocolates. He's a chocoholic. So it's like so many kilos of fucking rammed full of fucking chocolate. That's what he asked for. So that's what he gets. So I'll have to do the old wrapping. Oh, Silent Night is playing. Right then. See if I can do as good a job as I did on the first parcel, shall we? Yeah, so we're in the back of the police van. I thought, fuck. I will add, at this time, my father was a policeman as well. Fucking embarrassing, right? So, I vaguely remember, I think the alcohol took over there, and I can't remember the journey into Swansea Central Police Station, where I was to spend Christmas Eve, 2006 or 2007. So I was in the cell, woke up, freezing cold early hours in the morning, but I'd forgotten, and my mate forgot, because he was drunk as well. I thought I got arrested on my own, so I had no memory of him being in the van. He had no memory of me being... he didn't remember I was in the van, I didn't remember he was in the van as well. So it was this drunk fucking guy or something, and we were both like shouting, shut up, but then I was like, said my mate's name, is that you? And he said, Tony, is that you? We were laughing. He was a bad influence on me, put it that way. Oh, that's better, that. Yeah, so, how do you do this now? I needed to be the organised Tony. I'll put that down there. So, yeah, I woke up Christmas Day morning in Swansea Central Police Station. And we went then to the... First place we went was this, like, interrogation room kind of thing, me and my mate. And my mate just looked at me up and down, and started crying, laughing. I think he was still drunk. I was like, what are you laughing at? And I looked down. Of course, I was covered in kebab. I looked a hell of a mess, right? I had nice clothes, but I was I looked like... I don't know, I couldn't have got more kebab on me if I fucking tried, right? It was all, like, rubbed all over me. So we were laughing, and the policewoman wasn't in a very good mood, but she sobered my mate right up and stopped me from laughing. She goes, do you think it's funny, do you? And because he was laughing because I was laughing, and we were howling laughing, right? And I've never cared anyway, right? Like, whoop-de-doo. I haven't got a criminal record, thank fuck. But if I did, I don't care. So, I didn't care back then, I should say. So she said, right, I'll tell you what we'll do then. You'll both go back in your cells. We'll have this conversation tomorrow. So meaning Boxing Day. And I was like, fuck, okay. We both stopped laughing. And she says, right, drunk and disorderly, you're going to have a fine of £80 each. I was like, right, okay, whatever. Yeah, so I'd forgotten about 250 quid cash I had, right? So yeah, so she said, yeah, £250 each, blah, blah, blah. You've got to behave, or you're going back in the cell. So, right, okay. And I was, like, trying to be the big man then. Like, I'd watched all the movies. Where's my phone call? I went to my phone call. Yeah, you can have your phone call, she said. I wasn't expecting that. I thought she'd say, it's not true or something. I didn't know, do you know what I mean? So she, right, let me just, oh, this is the hard bit. You gotta... 3. Sorry, I need 3 pieces of tape. Like a fucking pro now I am. 1, 2, Yeah, so I had my phone call. So, who'd you phone? You phone your dad, innit? My dad, the plan was Christmas Day, he was going to pick me up from my flat and go over there for Christmas dinner, innit? So, phoned, oh, hiya, you ready? I'll come over now. I'm like, yeah, I don't know what to say. So I said, yeah, I'm ready. If you can come pick me up. And he said, I said, yeah, I'm not at the flat though. And there's a policeman standing right there. And he went, oh, right, where are you then? I said, oh, I'm in Swansea. He went, what are you doing in Swansea? Stayed in a hotel. I was like, kind of. He said, where are you then? I just thought, he's going to find out. I said, oh, I'm in Swansea police station. What's happened? I said, oh, nothing to worry about. I said, try to play it down, innit? Nothing to worry about. I just got arrested with, he knew my friend as well. We got arrested, I think it's drunken disorder. I was like, what was the charge? Drunken, he went, the guy was just looking at me like, yeah, drunken disorderly. I was like, yeah, drunken disorderly or some shit like that. And he was rolling his eyes. And then, so my father was like, oh, right, okay. He didn't give me, I was an adult anyway, so my father's always pretty cool with shit like that anyway. Like, when teachers used to, I went off the rails a little bit in school, my father always used to back me up, like, do you know what I mean? Look at this. This is fucking going great. Better than last year's fucking attempt anyway. Might get away with one piece of tape here. We are in a recession, see? Yeah, so, my dad, oh yeah, so they give me our stuff back. And then when it was like in a clear bag and my 250 quid was showing, I burst out laughing because I remembered it just was bringing back memories of the night before. So my mate was laughing as well. And the guy said, the policeman said, can you explain why you've got £250 cash on you? And I said, I was laughing trying to say that this idiot had pressed the £250 button as a joke. But it took me about 3 minutes to tell him. I was howling laughing. Next thing, that horrible policewoman comes around. Go back in the cell, mind. As if, I don't think you're allowed to laugh in a in Swansea police station. But kind of a sense of humour, innit? So that was a story. I know it's not that exciting. Of how, oh yeah, so I got the 80 quid fine. I said then, I'll pay for mine and my mates. I got the money here. And the man goes, no, you gotta follow the instructions on the back. This slip, the bill thing, whatever it was, I had to phone up or something. But the police didn't know how to pay it. They probably never had anyone in there. So yeah, I'll pay it now. And I'll pay for his. I didn't care. Do you know what I mean? Oh, what was in here now? Oh, my brother. Got a label. Tony's tip of the day is label as you go. Santa fucking baby. Right. From Tony Fighter. Right then. Let me just stick this on there. That's 2 fucking down. Down the chimney tonight. Oh, look at this. Fucking hell. Like a pro. I'm happy with that. Excuse me. Right. Anyone else got criminal records? Right, what other story? I'll tell you what, I'll grab this. Oh, these are for my mum as well. She's always into her fucking colouring in. You know those adult colouring in books. But these pens, right, they've got like the fine line pen on one end. And it's like a brush on the other end. Oh, what a great idea. So I was like, yes, I'm buying. They weren't cheap, mind. £300. No, not really. Yeah, she loved them. So, yeah, that was my story on one of my worst Christmases ever. I'll go quicker now then on my story of... I'm going to do 3 stories, won't I? Yeah, I'll do my story of... when I was in hospital then. That's not such a nice story, that's not. I'd not long moved back from living in Paris. And... thing was, when we were younger, like late teenagers, early 20s, we were all, my friends group mainly, were swimmers. Like the guy that got arrested with me, I met him, I was his swimming coach basically years ago. And we stayed in touch. So I'd moved back from Paris and I was still on, because my brother was, what year was, this might have been the Commonwealth Games year, 2002. So my brother swam in the Commonwealth Games. Yeah, it would have been, 2002. Oh my God, 20 years ago. Oh, Your boy Tony is old. Right, remember this is from my mother now. Oh me, I'll have to fucking unwrap it. Can't remember what I'm wrapping. Yeah, so my when the swimming, basically, when we were swimming, we wouldn't drink for like 3 months solid. We might go out on the odd night out, but we would, yeah, we wouldn't be sober basically for something like 3 months. But then, after, because we're like in such hard training for these big competitions, but then after the big competition, well, we all used to have something in common. We all used to go out on an all-dayer, we used to call it. And on the all-dayer, it was a big deal, right? The all-dayers would have a theme. Like, one I remember was, we were going as snooker ball colours. I think I was the black or the white, I can't remember. And everyone had to pick a colour of what ball is in the snooker, and your shirt had to be that colour. Or we'd have themes, okay? But because you have 3 months to think about it, we couldn't wait to drink. But I'm a shit drinker, and I drink. My problem when I don't drink, I'm sober now. When I used to drink, I drunk too fast. So if their boys are meeting at 11 o'clock in the morning or 12 o'clock, they'd have some food and a beer and enjoy it, line the stomach ready. I'd be drinking, wouldn't eat any food. I'd be ready to go home by 3 o'clock in the afternoon. So this time, I joined up with the guys later. It was something like 7 o'clock in the evening or something. And we went to, it was a sports bar in Swansea, I won't name it. But they had some dodgy staff working there. So something happened. It was like, they had tables there, but they were like standing tables. They were like higher up. I think they were like barrels or something like that. It was kind of like quirky bar it was, okay, this sports bar. It's a well-known bar, okay. I don't think it's in Swansea anymore. I don't go out anymore, so I wouldn't know. So I went to the bar, and my brother and his mates were a little bit, they were drunk compared to me, but they weren't like out of control drunk or anything like that. So then there was some kind of argument over, because this pub was packed, right? And there was some thing over, like these rugby boys are trying to take over our table. And one of the boys said to my brother, yeah, we're rugby players. This is a sports bar for sports people. What the fuck are you? And my brother just got back from the Commonwealth Games. I'm pretty sure my brother was a higher level athlete than these fat rugby players. Anyway, it was going back and forth. And I stepped in, right? And I said, right, forget it. We'll go stand over here. I was trying to like break it up. And I did break it up. So there was no fighting. Nothing happened, right? It was like broken up or whatever. I think it was a bit of shoving. That was it. No punches thrown or anything. In Swansea, that does tend to happen in some places. And then these rugby boys knew the bouncers in there. There's no sign of the bouncers at this point. Next thing, I was going back to the bar. So 20 minutes had passed or something. And they picked the smallest boys out of our group. So my brother was small. And 2 or 3 others. And they were throwing them out. But out the back. And there was like a fire exit. And I thought, what's going on there? So I left my drinks and I went after them. They closed the fire exit thing. And then it was like, I remember it was like a steep stairs. And they were pinning my brother up. And those rugby boys were down there. Like, why were they? It was like a trap. Like, my brother might have embarrassed him or something in front of women. I don't know what had gone on. So it was like, yeah, we'll get revenge. We'll beat these guys up. But they were cowards because they took the smallest guys. But my brother is a lot smaller than me, but you would not fancy your chances in a fight. Trust me, right? As one of the bouncers found out. They pinned my brother up, so I run over and I rugby tackled one of the bouncers. I was like, get off my brother. So we went on the floor and my arm was trapped underneath the bouncer. Another bouncer and the boy, one of the rugby players, was stamping on my face. It was horrible, right? And I was like trying to protect, but I couldn't proper cover up. Then I thought it stopped. And as I looked like that, the guy's leg was swinging back and he just kicked me as hard as he could in my cheek by there. And even to this day, right, so I'd broken my nose badly. I've got like, it's like arthritis in my face. It's really hard to explain, right? So I know my modelling career's over. But if you press, when I press there, right, the nerves are so fucked in my face, it's as if my front teeth, the nerves are connected, as if something's pushing down on my teeth. I don't know when it's really cold. I got arthritis in my hand as well from fighting. That's another story, right? But I'm not doing that story today. Yeah, so when I'm riding my motorbike, my face is... having arthritis in the face is not nice, let me tell you. And both my eyes, I was blind basically, because both my eyes had swollen. And the funny thing is, my father was a policeman. So he was out on the beat or whatever they call it that night. And... oh yeah, so they was... yeah, I'll tell you how the fight ended. They threw my brother out, because I was trying to protect my... you got like this protective thing over your brothers, haven't you? Well, me and my brother have anyway. So I was trying to help him. Then I was having these men stamp on me and stuff. They threw my brother out these, like, fire exits. My brother, right, it was something like out of a Van Damme or Bruce Lee movie. He comes flying back in through the fire exit. And he punches this bouncer, right? The one, and I'm so glad he got the right guy. In the eye, once he hit him, the guy nearly lost his eye. So I was fucked up, but this other guy was really fucked up. So they threw us out, and the police were there, and I was being led, like, towards the ambulance or whatever. I recognised the policeman's voice. It's my father. My own father didn't recognise me because my face was so battered and bruised. And this is about a week before Christmas, right? Yeah, so I had to go to, obviously I had to go to hospital. And so I'm going to hospital. My father then was coming to hospital as well in the police car. And the other bouncer was in the other ambulance on the way to the same hospital. So my father, report got back to that ambulance. They said there's a rogue policeman. My father had his bat on and he was going to kill. We don't know because thank fuck his emotions then. Someone done that to his son that he couldn't even recognise him. My father was going to beat up, let's say, this other bouncer. And my father didn't care. He didn't end the police well. This has nothing to do with how he got out of the police. I won't go into that. That's a whole other story, that is. So this ambulance had to go to another hospital because they found out that my father... and thank God, because I didn't want it to escalate even higher. So I was in hospital. They kept me there for a couple of hours. They said, whatever, you're not going to lose any teeth, thank God. And then just come back, I think, on the Monday. I think Christmas was on the Wednesday that year or something. So, all right, okay, I'm well enough to go home. I went home and it was horrible. I couldn't see, and it hurt. But to see, like when I went to go to use the bathroom, I started to like lift my eye so I could see what I was doing, kind of thing. I was a mess, right? It could have been worse. So we went back to the hospital then on the Monday, and they looked at me and went, "Oh, yeah, you shattered your cheekbone," and because I was so swollen, they couldn't see or something all the damage that had been done, and you had broken my nose. She'll have to stay in hospital now. This is the day before Christmas Eve, right? Okay, and basically the only reason I had to stay that night, they didn't do anything. They basically so I wouldn't eat. You can't eat before an operation. That's 24 hours or something. Could have sent me home. I could have been on my PlayStation for 24 hours without eating. Do you know what I mean? So they kept me there that night. Then as soon as I'm there, but what they call it, when they put you to sleep. Put me to sleep. And I remember it. I thought something was wrong. They said count to 10, or backwards, from 10 to 1. It's like 10, 9, and my arm started burning. It was like 8, 7, and I'd fallen asleep. Woke up groggy as fuck. There was a Chinese woman rubbing my arm. Tony, I thought I was in heaven. I was like, whoa, what's going on? Like, do you know what I mean? And she was like, he's awake, and then she walked off. And I had like these two I thought they were about that long, but actually about that, I'm not exaggerating, they were about that long, like sticking out my nose, like tampons, right? But they were up, and it was like, imagine having a really blocked nose, but you can't blow your nose. So, yeah, I had these fucking things up my nose. Oh, and it was horrible. And it kept, like, absorbing, like, moisture or something. So, I go to the bathroom, I'd squeeze my nose, and all this, like, I don't know what water or whatever, just pouring out. Oh, I didn't have any sleep. So yeah, Christmas Eve then. And then there was a guy next to me. Oh my God. First world problem. He had his year was off. He was an older gentleman. And he smelled a bit. So the nurses wanted to keep the window open. It must have been like 5 degrees outside or something. The other guy opposite me, he'd been fighting, broken nose like me. Another guy he paid to have a nose job. He didn't really bother, he was above us kind of thing. But we were all fucking freezing. Can we please close that window? No, you need air in here, it smells. And we were like, I'd rather be warm and smelly than fucking freezing to death kind of thing. Oh, sorry, I've been wrapping my present. I'm not really good at telling the stories, I do apologise. Yeah, so Christmas morning then, I said I am coming out on Christmas Day, aren't I? Or the one nurse said, it depends on how it heals or something. So I remember, so basically me and one of the guys opposite, we had the same thing, and they took his thing out first, of his nose first, and he was going, like pulling it out, and I was like, oh my god, this is going to be fucking, I can't wait to have these things out of my nose. But when they showed how long they were, I was like, oh my god, it's like something out of a horror movie. And then he was making a hell of a thing. I thought they were joined here as well. There was like a little piece, a cord or something joining them. So I had to snip that and literally just pull them out. But another feeling, it was like, it felt like it was up in my brain. And they were pulling this thing out. I can't explain it. It was such a weird sensation. So we did that, and I was like, oh my god, it didn't hurt at all. I don't know what maybe they were kneeling on his nuts or something while they were pulling it out. It just felt weird, right? There was no need to be screaming and shit. Does that look alright? I'll tidy that bit up. The other worrying thing then was I needed to sneeze. I was going, and that guy, the drama queen over there, was going, oh my god, he's going to sneeze. But I didn't know what was going to happen. And I just sneezed, and it was obviously nothing happened. I mean, it was just a regular sneeze. But it was just like the unknown. I wouldn't recommend it. If you've got a broken nose, just fucking fix it yourself, you know what I mean? My nose is still fucked up anyway. From that, though. I think it was fucked up before that anyway. I don't know. Yeah, so that was, and the happy ending was I was able to come home for Christmas Day. And it was nice, actually. It was from like having a shit 2 days to being home. Can't remember what I had for Christmas, but who's this to? Mother Bear. Sorry. It was the pens in there now, isn't it? That's got to be. Mother Bear. Tony. Yeah, so I went home and lived happily ever after. But I did, we had another checkup, actually, I remember now. We went back for a checkup, and I think my family must have a funny shaped nose or something. And then the doctor said, no, good job my mother took me, not my father, because I got the same nose as my mother. Yeah, still broken. No, you have to go back in. I was like, oh, fuck, really? I was going to tell him I didn't want to, but then he looked at my mother and looked at me and went, oh no, you've got weird noses. He didn't say that, but I can see the penny dropped, so shout out Mother Bear for having a weird nose. Right, last present. Yeah, so that was it sucks being in hospital, but it definitely sucks being in hospital over Christmas. Like, my grandmother's in hospital now, but she's in the safest place. That's the way I hope this isn't the last Christmas. We'll have a Christmas dinner when she's out, whatever long it takes. She will make it, do you know what I mean? Anyway, stay positive, Tony. What other stories was I going to say? Yeah, okay, I'll tell a quick one then. Where I've done I'm like as if I'm doing all the emergency services over Christmas. So my run-in with the fire brigade, this could have been a nasty one, this was. I went to a swimming club disco. I was living at home, I must have been 18 or 19. And I got wasted drunk. And my mum and dad, before they got divorced, they were in Lanzarote or somewhere like that. And they came home early. And I didn't know they were coming home early. So I went, really good job they came home early, trust me, right? So we've all, well, say we've all done it. I came home really drunk. But because it wasn't in town, it was like in a function room in this like club or something. I didn't stop anywhere for kebab. I can't remember how we got home, I gotta be honest. So I raided the freezer for meat. I wanted kebab. That's what my body was craving. So there was these lamb burgers in there. Thought I'll have 4 of them. That'll satisfy my craving. So I thought I put them in the oven. But I put them in the grill. Closed the oven door. Spun the dial. Like that. For like so many hours. Went to sit down. Thought I'd come check on that now in 5 minutes. Sat down in the living room. Fell asleep. Next thing I know, I'm being shaken awake. My mother's screaming at me, right? The smoke alarm is going off. And there's smoke everywhere. There was a thick layer. We had quite a big house, right? And where I was sitting, it was quite far away from the kitchen. Thick, black smoke, right? All the way through, all downstairs. My man, are you okay? Give me an absolute bollocking. I had to go to work the next day. I had a hangover. But I think I should have gone to hospital because I was blowing my nose for about 2 days. And it was just black soot. I must have inhaled so much smoke. I think that was giving me a headache. I'd never told... I was in enough trouble. I didn't want to worry my parents. I think maybe I made like a smoke insulation or whatever the fuck they call it. Yeah, so that was a small story on how I nearly burnt the house down. But that was about a week before Christmas, that was. The annoying thing is, well, can't call it annoying. We were halfway through having our kitchen refurbished. And in my defence, the old cooker was still linked up. So I burnt all the dials stuff had melted off. So I destroyed the old one. Only because I didn't know how to use the new one. I would have need more trouble if I'd fucked that one up. Trust me. Yeah. Can argue. Most of my shit Christmases have been down to alcohol-related incidents. So, isn't it good to quit drinking? Right, this is going to be a complicated one. Okay. My last story I'm going to tell you. It's one of the funniest things. It wasn't over Christmas though, right? But they're all quite sad stories or quite serious stories, right? And shout out Luxton. Luxton's one of the guys, I've known Luxton for years. He's one of the guys from swimming as well, met him through swimming. Sorry Luxton, I'm going to tell this story with, what was her name? Amy, is it? It's so funny, I gotta share it. The world deserves to know how funny this story is, right? I'm laughing at it now. Just thinking about it. So, we're in swimming. There's fit young men. There's also fit young ladies. Trust me, swimming, I saw my fair share of fit young ladies, let me tell you, growing up. So, we were... you date the girl, then you get dumped, or you dump the girl and you go out with another one, blah blah blah, rinse and repeat, innit? You know what I mean? It's like most childhoods, fuck, I missed a bit. That's probably not my best rapping either. What should I do now? I'll tell you, I'll patch it up. I'll do a bit of patchwork. I'll tidy the ends up first. Right, so where we're from, we're on a night out basically. And one of the boys, Luxton, had a crush on one of the girls called Amy. And I found out. And he said, don't say anything to her. I was like, oh, yeah. Why would I say anything? So then I was looking at her. We were all the swimmers on a boys and girls, all on a night out. They're having a couple of drinks and stuff, innit? And we were doing a couple of pubs. This place called Mumbles. It's called the Mumbles Mile. It's like a mile of pubs. And there was a shit nightclub. I think it's burnt down now. Nothing to do with me. Those were nice burgers, though. I didn't actually get to eat those burgers. Fuck's sake. I like my burgers well done. Yeah, so... yeah, so he liked this girl. I'm sure her name was Amy. And I promised I wouldn't say anything. I was looking at her. I was looking at him, and I thought, they make a nice couple, you know? I had a couple of drinks. And a couple of drinks more. Then I just thought... I thought she was a nice girl, like, but, well, make your own mind up what she said. So I went over and I started chatting to her. And I said, what do you think of Luxon then? She was, why? And I said, oh, you know, again, I broke the bro code. I said, oh, he likes you. I think you make a nice couple or whatever. And she's looked at me like in disgust, right? You could do much better than her, Luxon. You definitely have done much better than her. She looked at me in disgust. She goes, I don't even like him as a friend. She could have said, I just like him as a friend. Do you know what I mean? She never gave off the impression she didn't like him. Do you know what I mean? I don't even like him as a friend. I thought, oh, fuck, that's a bit harsh. So then, I'm laughing, right? So, we were in this nightclub then. We had a few more drinks, we were all steaming then. And we were in the toilet, me and Luxon, and because the music was so loud, so we were having a chat in the toilets. And I said, oh, Luxon, I fucked up. What's the matter? We were having a chat about other stuff. We were in there a good couple of minutes. I said, oh, I spoke to Amy. Oh, you didn't? Why? And then he went, what did she say? I thought, it's not a nice way to say it. She was horrible and blah, blah, blah. She said she didn't like you even as a friend. He went, oh, fuck's sake. He was tamping. He goes, oh, it's going to be embarrassing now in training or whatever. Like that. And then we must have been in these toilets for about 5 or 6 minutes, right? And he kicked this like toilet door. He's going like that. And I said, oh, calm down. It's fuck Tony, man. He was going like that. And he kicked this other door and it was closed. He kicked the door. It came off the hinges. Like he kicked the door open. And there's a guy having a shit. And he was so scared. He just scarpered out of there like he's pulling his pants up, running out. He must have thought we were going to mug him or something. And it was just, we both just looked at each other like, did that just happen? Howling, laughing. So shout out, guy, that we must have been a good shit, you know what I mean? But imagine from his point of view, you must be thinking, oh, I'll stay here now till they've gone, kind of thing, or whatever. He didn't even wash his hands, dirty boy. So he must have been listening to our conversation. We thought we were alone, kind of thing, in these toilets. And I just thought that was so funny. And it is one that, I know it might not sound funny. If you were there, it was so funny. Sorry, Luxon, I have to share that story. I do apologise. But, fucking hell, mate, you can do much better than that. Fucking, whatever she's up to now. He's happily married now, got kids. He's living the dream, you know. He's got his own business. You know, I didn't even like him as a friend. Fuck you, asshole. Right, back to, this is my last parcel. I think I'm done really well. Forevermore, 'cause it's Christmas fucking day, yeah. What's in here? Oh, I didn't even look what was in here. What a twat. Hang on. It must be... What I'll do... I think it must be for my sister-in-law. It has to be. So I've done my brother's. He had the chocolate. 2 for my mother. Don't wrap the dog's present. It must be. What I'll do, I'll watch this video back. Oh, fuck. Talking, see? Too busy talking. That's not bad, is it? That'll do. Right then. It's not... Oh, yeah. I never know how to spell a name. Never mind. If I got it wrong, I've got it wrong. I might even got the fucking present wrong. Never mind spelling a name. Boom. Oh, yeah, I'm in the Christmas mood now. Look at these fucking presents I've wrapped. That's probably the best I've ever done. Yes. So that is for my mother. That is for my brother. That is for my mother. And that is for my sister-in-law, Bambino. Yes. I've had a nice chat with you all. Hope you have a nice Christmas and a happy New Year. I might go live tonight. So sorry this week I didn't. Tech and Tuesday. I really wanted to, but I just was last night gonna do Friday Night Fights, but we finished work a little hour or so early. Nice. Come home, phone my mother, and then she said, right, nobody can visit now because it's meant to be one person can go. So I wanted to go last night. But yeah, so we just got to phone up now, and until they say yes, you can come in and see your grandmother over Christmas. It's horrible, mind, isn't it? But try to stay positive. That's what she'd want us to do, you know. Yeah, she's still with us anyway. She's broken her coccyx, is it? Is that a thing? Or am I making that up? I think that's what my mother said she'd done. She broke her hip before, but when you're old, she's so small and vulnerable, you know. Anyway, yeah, I might go live tonight. I might do That's how I feel. I'm not promising anything. Oh my god, this has been a 51-minute video. I've told 4 shitty little stories. Thank you very much for watching. Please do click that subscribe button. I really hope you have a nice Christmas. You know what I mean, with your friends and family. Hope you don't burn the house down. I hope you don't spend Christmas in hospital. I certainly hope you don't spend Christmas in the police station. I've done it all. I've had a life, do you know what I mean? I'm living. That's my excuse anyway. What's yours? Let me know in the comments what you're hoping to have for Father Christmas. I've had hiking boots. I'm really happy. Yeah, thank you very much for watching. Love you. Bye. Goodbye.